Hi everybody and welcome in. Today, don't run away. You all know if you've been with me a long time, I'm not the best baker, but I can follow a recipe and I have a few in my pocket. This is from my own cookbook here that I gathered of recipes many years ago. And you can see I have it, what is this when you do the plastic? I have it protected. It's sour cream banana bread. Okay. And I add the walnuts into it. So I forgot that. It's not on my list. Ooh, I got to make sure I take them out so I could crush them and put them in. Okay, get them out there. So that's what we're doing today. I have a lot of stuff already prepared because there's not a lot of ingredients. I'll read them to you quick, but it's, you're going to see me do it. It's a cup of sugar, half a cup of vegetable oil, 2 eggs, cup of mashed ripe bananas, which is about 3. I got this deal on these bananas, so I have to do them now. They are more than ready. Mashed bananas, sour cream is what makes it moist, vanilla, flour, baking soda, and salt. I will write it in the description for this because it's a baking recipe and it has to be, stated every ingredient. All right, I did that. I took it out. This was the baking soda, and salt. So I put them in here so you know what I'm doing. Let me just put this to the side. Now, first things first, I want to get these bananas in the bowl. We have to mix everything in the bowl. And then we're going to add the flour, I believe, last. Boy, these ripens up really nice. They're nothing. They cost me nothing. If I have a quarter, 25 cents worth of banana here, it's a lot. It's crazy. They had more today. I didn't dare take them because I can't do this again. Wait till they ripe. I already have plenty in my freezer. Let other people have some. No need for me to go grab them all. They had like 8 of them again for $1, but nice. And they also had, for my Glencovians, I mentioned this information at Stop and Shop, the manager's rack in the produce section. Okay. They had plantains today. They have mango. They had a good selection. I did take more potatoes because I tell you, there was 5 of them for $1.49. Potatoes are getting very expensive, so I'm going to make a nice recipe I think you guys are going to enjoy. Okay, 3 ripe bananas, right? This is not a difficult recipe. That's why I do it every year. At least twice a year, I bake this. Actually, when we got here, I had some in the freezer from last year that Vinny didn't eat, and I just don't want to eat them after 6 months in the freezer. I'm sure they would have been fine. All right, the 3 bananas, half a cup of oil. I'm using vegetable oil. I just use, when it comes to baking, I don't go crazy with oils. I don't want to sound hypocritical, but you all know I don't bake that often, twice a year. I could tolerate it. I've been eating it my whole life. But when I bake, I just use, because all the recipes basically ask for canola oil, vegetable oil, So it's a half a cup of oil. Let me get my half cup measure. That would be this one. Okay. Yes, the only time I shut up is when I'm measuring or cutting. I have to focus. Okay. 3 bananas. Oil, 2 eggs. These are a little large, but I don't think that'll hurt it, given the fact that I'm going to be adding the peanuts. The extra moisture will balance out, I'm sure. I've never had a problem with this cake either. That's why it's non-baker friendly in my opinion. All right. Eggs, 1 cup of iced bananas. We did that. We didn't put the cup of sugar. Where's our cup of sugar? Okay. And that's the premium Domino. I'm not fond of it because you don't taste it very good. I'm burping coffee already. Mashed bananas, the sugar, the oil, the eggs, and a half cup of sour cream. Let's get, this is, like I said, this is what keeps and makes the cake moist. Ooh-wee. Okay, let me rinse out my measure cup because that I just used because I like it to be somewhat accurate. And I can't do that unless I do this. Let me get it out into here. See? I want it to be precise. No more, no less. And this seems to be able to do that. Okay. I don't want to put it back into the place. That's enough. I'm going to add that little extra. You know why? Again, I'm concerned about those peanuts that I didn't see on the recipe, and yet I add them every time. It's delicious. Absolutely delicious. And I have to pound them a bit. Sorry, I keep going back to the garbage, but I don't have a lot of space here, guys. My space is limited. All right, I did the oil. I did the sour cream. Let's put it back in the fridge. Make more space. Okay. I got vanilla, sugar, salt. I'm going to have to start mixing this. Let me get my glasses. That's another thing. Oh, my goodness sakes. Oh, my goodness sakes. Okay, there we go. Cup of sugar, oil, vanilla. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. All of this gets mixed well, and then we incorporate the flour. Teaspoon of vanilla. Alrighty. Woo-wee. To mash those bananas in. They are super ripe. Perfect. Perfect. I don't know if my whisk will work better. You think I should try the whisk, guys? Let me see if I got my masher, just to get these bananas mashed down well enough. I use a potato masher. Let me bring this back over here. Hold on to. All right, there we go. That's much better for mashing the bananas in this mixture. Way, way better. Okay, now we're cooking with gas. Yep, that's what we are. The bananas are all nicely mashed. Okay. I think that's good. Now I'm wondering, should I put the walnuts in now or after? I have to crush them. Let me see where I'm at. I'm going to add this to the flour, the salt and baking soda. It's the dry goods there. I'm going to whisk that a little bit. Let me whisk that in. Incorporate it nicely so my flour will all rise nicely. See, you think I didn't know a little bit about bacon. I do. And I'm going to get better. I promised that 2 years ago when I started cooking every day. I'm going to get this baking thing down under. I think it's more like 2.5 years that I'm actually really cooking on the channel. I know it's not 4 years. I didn't start out cooking. I did more decor than cooking in the beginning, 2020. Alrighty, so that's mixed. Let me make sure. I'm going to get some walnuts out now. Where can I crush them? Where can I? Let's put them in here to measure. Let's do like almost, not quite a cup. Not quite a cup. About a cup. Yeah, about a cup. Got almost a cup. And what I'm going to do, so I'm stealing Vinny's cereal walnuts. What I'm going to do is I'm going to crush them in a sandwich bag to make them easier. You know what? I'm going to use a snack bag. You know why? The plastic's heavier. It is heavier. And I'll be able to pound it with my meat pounder. The method to my madness. I have ingenuity. I tease Vinny all the time. I said, ingenuity. Ingenuity. You got to figure it out one way or another. Plastic bag, meat solid side. Pop, pop. This is my favorite part of baking. And that's beautiful. That's a beautiful thing. I am going to risk it and add them at this point before the flour so that they could moisten up and go throughout. That seems familiar. I must have done it like that always. That just seemed familiar. Okay. Now, let's see. We got all the ingredients. Lightly spoon flour into measuring. Okay, baking soda, salt, stir just until dry ingredients are moistened. So now we just have to add the dry, which is flour, baking soda, and a teaspoon of salt. See? And we're not going to over mix. We're just going to blend it in. Oh, not bad. It looks familiar. Like I said, I've made this about a dozen times in my life. I don't remember where I got this particular recipe at all. I don't. I probably scooted around because I saw lots of them and I wanted it moist. And I think when I came upon the one, maybe Pinterest, when I came upon the one that added sour cream, I had known with the little bit of baking I do that moistens your cakes. So I landed on this because of the addition of sour cream. Now, I have a sort of nonstick pan. I have my big, beautiful Williams-Sonoma. What I'm going to try to do, I have this oil spray, but let me finish. We're not there yet. Let me just get this all incorporated. Like I said, it looks very familiar to me. It's all coming back to me now. And the walnuts have all immersed and gotten in here. Lovely. This smells amazing because of the bananas. It's more of a cake than a bread. I don't know why they call it sour cream banana bread, because the sugar alone, it's sweet. But I'll tell you how I enjoy it. I love it toasted, and then I put butter on it. It is amazing. It would be wonderful with strawberry sour cream. I mean, you know which one. Strawberry cream cheese or the flavored cream cheeses. Toast it and then put one on. Oh my God. Then it's like a bread. It's acting like a bread, but it's a cake. A cake masquerading as a bread. Have fun with it, because I know I love it plain, but it is nice toasted. I have to have it toasted. Okay, I think we're all just incorporated now. Let's see. I have the oven preheating at 350, so I don't want to mess that up. Now, this wasn't spraying proper last night. It's a brand new can. All right. Doesn't have proper aerosol. It's coming out more of a stream than the spray. It's very expensive too. Let me get my brush and move it around because it didn't disperse as well as I'd like. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to go up the sides with the oil. See? And then to brush the bottom evenly because it didn't do it. It was spraying all over. And we're going to come up the sides. Look at me thinking I could bake. Okay. There's nothing worse than a loaf cake you can't get out. Been there, done that. Almost gave up several times. Now it's nice and moistened everywhere. Let's get this cake in. Alrighty. And into the oven. How long now? 50 to 60 minutes. My oven's brand new. This is her first baking recipe, guys. Wish me luck. I have not used the new oven yet for baking. At least not for a cake, not at all. I may have baked something to eat, but I did not use it for a cake. That I could promise you. So it's going to be a baking summer, heat or not. I don't care if this comes out good. Yes, it's got to come out good. If it don't come out good, I don't know. I get very disheartened with baking if I don't have success. It feels like major failure when I bake and it doesn't work out. I kind of get a little sad. I do. I get a little sad. Alrighty, let me rinse my hands, guys, and then we'll put her in the oven and we'll come back and show you my efforts, if they paid off or not. I got everything in there. I did it good. All right, it's not hard. Like I said, it's under 10 ingredients. I don't have to tap it or nothing. Let me put it in the oven. You can see in there. It's nice and even. Now, I'm going to put it on the bottom rack. Okay. Alexa, set a timer for 50 minutes. 50.
50 minutes, starting now.
Okay, guys, I just put the film back on. Sorry for any breaks. I am alone. This is hot. I can't really, let me get the thing just to show you how beautiful. It cooks in 50 minutes in my oven. My oven is new, so you know it's got super strength. I put the toothpick in and comes out clean. This is why I like this cake. It is perfect every single time I've made it. It is absolutely delicious. Look at it. That is your banana walnut loaf to die for. I'm going to let it cool. I'm going to take it out of the pan as soon as I can. It didn't stick, so that's good. It's a very dense cake, very delicious. That's why they probably call it a bread, because it's dense, but it's sweet and it's lovely. Plain toasted ice cream scoop on top. You won't be sorry. This is a keeper. This is a good recipe. I will write it in the description for this one and probably only for my baking because he needs it. All right, I'll see you in the next video, guys. This is my favorite banana nut loaf. I found this recipe without walnuts, added walnuts to it, and made my own banana walnut loaf bread. They call it a bread, but it eats like a cake because it's sweet. It has sugar, a cup of sugar in the recipe, and it's just a delight. It comes out perfect every time I make it. And you guys know I'm not a baker. I can't bake to save my life. But this is in my back pocket of the 6 recipes I hold dear, and I'll share them with you as we go this summer. Let's get it done. I have them and I love them because they're guaranteed to come through. They just are. This is delicious with anything. You could cut it right now and eat it plain, warm, and delicious.